the sound quality is not that great. You're literally just getting it's from my phone to my television set 6 feet away, and then the audio comes out of the back of the TV set and it's facing the other direction and bouncing off the wall. So I turn it up a little bit so you can hear it better. I turn my phone towards the monitor so that you guys can hear it better, but then I can't see what you guys are doing over there. If you want to interact with us, join the YouTube channel and just type in the YouTube chat. So we are live now. Good morning, everybody. I'm Tracker, and this is Matt and the Great Mattsby. We are doing our regular morning show here.
Yeah,
I see Matt is eager to show you something with CleanSpark because he's got it.
Oh
right.
no, no, I was doing that for my telegrams, but I'll start with the indices as usual.
All right.
There's basically lots of fear still. Maybe I don't even know. Is there? Yes, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's going to crash any second.
Well, I keep seeing posts about the SPY too. Some posts of bigger accounts saying that it's topped. And when I look at this chart for the SPY, I just don't really see this as a topping formation at all because it's still holding a new level. In fact, it broke out and it back tested 2 weeks successfully in a row so far, that 585. So I just don't buy that narrative. I think things are really healthy. And in fact, if this base does hold 585, guess where the SPY is going? It's going to 722. So that's a pretty good increase for the SPY, I would say. And for the QQQ, same situation, right? You can't really make up these fibs. These are all mathematical, exactly the same. Breakout, backtest, and backtest for 2 weeks in a row. And previous all-time high back test. So where does it go next? It's looking like maybe 548. And IWM, it did hold that 786, the 226 perfectly. And now it's making its way back to 235 and possibly even all-time high. So none of these indices or the ETFs of those indices looks like they want to go lower. They all look like they just wanted to backtest support so things can rally together.
Yeah, like if anyone has been trading long enough, you know what a real top looks like. Or you can just look at some of the stuff that you've had in the past, just in the past couple of weeks or so. A real top has a melt up candle at the end, like where things just go absolutely bonkers, and then it starts to correct.
Yeah, like look at the IWM in the top. It was a huge melt up. And then you got, down, another one. Then you're really bearish engulfing, and then you just saw things just flip everything to resistance and go down, down, down. Right? That's what a top really looks like. And we don't like this would have basically held levels here and would have went higher. But now, see, we're holding levels and we want to go higher. So it's not a melt down now like this was. It's kind of still a part of a melt up. Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, so no, I think we didn't even do Tesla yesterday, so I think we
owe just moving sideways. It didn't go anywhere.
I think we owe it to our fans to at least start with Tesla.
Sure. So you go first. You're up, and then I'll.
Yeah.
You mind?
So Tesla here, no change. All right, we're done.
It's still under resistance, but it's above your support.
Yeah. There's really no change at all. But I like really how it's building energy, and I love like just the Bollinger Band effect right here. How it's just waiting for the Bollinger Band to kind of catch up to price, and so maybe next week the Bollinger Band will be right on top of the candle and can push it up even more. So I think right now it's just riding the wave as the Bollinger Band as support. That's what I think. And
I was going to say, pay attention. Those of you can see the video here, pay special attention to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, which is expanding downward.
Yeah.
That's indicative of a huge move, just getting started.
So if this is really going to be a huge move, then this Bollinger Band could be support for a while, right? This could be and it's at 323 now, and it never even got there. This candle last week it got there, but this week it didn't even get down there, right? It got down to only 330. So does that mean today or tomorrow it could go down there? I mean, maybe, but I think it's holding levels pretty well, and we can just see like the last time it really kind of melted up right? It just went straight up to those levels and rode it for many weeks, right? Many weeks it rode it as support. Same way with this one, it rode it as many weeks as support. So this could be the same situation, right? They could start riding it for many weeks as support until it's kind of finds like a level where it wants to cool off a bit. So I'm just going to be watching that upper Bollinger Band to see if it remains support, and if it does, then we go higher.
Very cool. Hey, I can't help but notice, but you sound a little bit tinny, like you're not using your regular microphone this morning.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, maybe just check your microphone. And meanwhile, I will talk about my Tesla chart. If you'll pull me up here.
Oh, is that better now?
Oh, that's much better. That is way better.
Yeah, I
You
don't
sound
know.
glorious.
My my restream sometimes chooses my AirPods over my microphone for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, mine does the same thing. Like every time, like we start a new connection, and like you can't hear me for a couple, like for 20 seconds, and like it's me like trying to scramble to check and see if my mic's on, and then make sure that it's on the right microphone. And my restream's always picking the wrong microphone.
All right. So you don't like when I sound like a 1920s boxing announcer? Not like that.
It's it's fun, but it may not be. It's kind of a little harder to hear for the people who are hearing a rebroadcast of the broadcast.
Fair enough. All right, I'll switch to yours. I'll switch to your screen now that I figured out my mic. You should have told me that in the begin with. Gosh,
I didn't. I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know how long it would take you to figure it out.
All right, very good.
All right, here is my chart. Thank you so much, Matt. So it's been the same consolidation triangle that we have been stuck in since Tuesday, November 12th. Like we hit this high. That was really exciting, 362.80. But then what did it do? Oh my God, it just careened back down. And it went back for I think a 764. Where are my left? Yeah, it went for a no. Oh, I'm sorry. I've gotten rid of those fibs or what for whatever reason. But yeah, I think this is a 76.4% retrace of this whole move from the bottom down here up to here. And then it did another retrace of that back up here, and then another retrace of that. And so you can see each time it retraces 76.4%, it comes back a little bit less, and a little bit less, and a little bit less. It's just the wave, this huge pressure wave attenuating like a shock wave, and then sort of echoing across the inside of the mountain, the canyon. And now price is kind of stuck up here, and you can see they've got this big sell order block where Mr. Market just keeps selling retail all the shares that accumulated down here. And I predict that tomorrow morning, it's just this buy order block that's right here, it's just going to drop it and let the whole thing and let retail just eat itself alive down to 320.57, just for a quick hop to that, and then then they'll buy right back up when everyone's like freaking out and they get a chance to do some stop loss rating and get all these shares that they were selling retail. Let's get them all back for cheaper, and then next week we can go higher. Maybe, like Matt said, his Bollinger Band looks like maybe price will catch up next week, and we can start expanding that Bollinger Band again.
Yeah, and that 323 is the top of the Bollinger Band, which kind of coincides with that 320 level. So it is possible, but so far, I mean, I think it's got to drop below that 330 first in order to get down there. But right now, it's not doing that. So just going to really pay attention to that 330 level that made it earlier on this week. Yeah.
Exactly. Just remember, that Mr. Market, it's one of his tricks in his playbook. He loves to do this thing where he makes them look bullish looking run, and then he keeps price in a range, in a tight range. This in itself is a triangle right here. And actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Normally I would say, no, it depends on how you, never mind. I'll skip that. But Mr. Market likes to keep price up here and build this whole support. And the last thing he does before he takes off is he does one last grab for liquidity, and then leaves all these people behind and goes off. So this is why I expect this to happen. Matt's right. It may not happen. Maybe all we'll get is, here's the weekly support all week long, for today and tomorrow anyway. Weekly support's at $328.73. So maybe we just get a touch to that, and then then it just goes sideways the rest of the week. We end the week right here at 333.33. If it doesn't drop, that's what would probably happen. And then next week, things can go crazy again. Maybe Elon will announce, some new, really cool price incentive or something new to do with the coming government, the Doge Department of Government Efficiency, and then the market will go wild again on Monday. So that's all I got for Tesla this week. It's just the max pain, as reported this morning, was 325, and so which is actually in the wrong place. 325 is up, yeah. And but if it does drop to 320, it'll be a fast wick, and then probably price will attenuate again and close out the week right here in the middle, right around this 328.73 weekly pivot. That's my guess for mediocrity in Tesla price action this week. But wait. But coming back to this one, if you haven't seen this lately, or if you didn't see it yesterday, because I show it every day, now don't forget we are in a absolutely rip your face off bullish melt up for Tesla. You just can't feel it when you look at minute charts and hour charts. You cannot feel it. But if you look at like daily and weekly charts and pretend each of the candlesticks is a minute candlestick, and like you could even like turn on the play button and like replay it in fast time, whatever. But I think we're going to get a fractal of what we had between 2021 to 2022. We had this consolidation triangle, and the price just like shot way up 194% to the upside from the bottom down here. And so I just did a fractal of that. And so 194% of the upside from the 101.50, 101.22 low, I'm sorry, is $710.33. So if we get, if history indeed rhymes, then we would get, that much. But if otherwise, what's the expression if Tesla doesn't, Tesla, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it often rhymes. Okay, so if it repeats itself, it's 710.33. If it rhymes, it's just somewhere in this zone. But usually these consolidation triangles, once they resolve and price breaks out, you end up way higher than where price began the suppression wave. And that is my Tesla TA for you guys.
Okay, very good. And it looks like people are really interested about MSTR as well, so we can also jump into that. Yeah,
I'm also interested in MSTR. In fact, I told one of my followers asked me this morning about where's MSTR going. I said, let's ask Matt. Let's ask Matt where he sees resistance at next, or if resistance has yet flipped to support for my strategy.
Well, previous resistances have flipped to support, but let me just share my screen here. I just let my Patreon folks know as well this information that it's at the 1.618. So that's log scale fib right there, guys, from 2021 down here. That is a very important fib for an extension. And it's out there right now. It's basically right there, pre-market, 541, 542. So this could be considered profit-taking zone, right? This is like considered don't be greedy. Whenever on log scale stocks or crypto get to the 1.618, that could be the first level where it really wants to retrace and come back down. So could be good profit-taking right there before it really wants to go higher. Not financial advice, but I'm just saying this is historically the 1.618 doesn't really blast through the first time on other charts. But if it does, that would be just really incredible strength for MSTR. So
that makes sense. Maybe I'll probably take some of my MSTR MSTX off the table then and wait. And that makes sense. Like maybe Bitcoin doesn't break through $100,000 the very first time. It just approaches it asymptotically. And then when the market sees that it's not going to make it, then everyone gets cold feet and they sell off. And then we start doing support testing again.
Yeah, I can see it actually just continue through it and touch the arc around like 600, maybe 618, whatever, 620. I can see that happen just like a big wick and maybe even tomorrow just close back below it. Or it could close above and then just a red candle next week or so. But I'm just saying historically with other charts, a lot of times the 1.618 does get rejected the first time from a log scale fib, right? These are not linear scale fibs. These are log scale. So this means it could be pretty powerful. But Do I think it's going to be the top here? No, I don't. I think it's still going to continue higher. So this would be just like maybe a timing the market play, I guess. Not really just I'm going to think this is a market top. I still think it has potential to go to 2,400. I really do. The next fib. So
Oh, very, very nice.
yeah.
Let's see, what do I have? So my MicroStrategy, I've got. I want to bring. Oh, thank you. You got me up already. I think it could. It's at my 200%. Wait, is that where it's at now? Hang on a second. 12 hours. Oh no, we're above that already. So, we came right to the 223.6% fib, which after a C764, I think this should go to the 2382. Why do I have this down here? Just didn't have faith or something. Let's look for the 2382 and then an ABC retrace to bring it back to, gosh, I don't have to do this very often. The 2382, let's try the 1618 as support. So yeah, maybe it gets to 576, like that wick up that Matt was just talking about. I mean, I would definitely, I'll sell half like immediately after the show, and then I'll let the rest of it ride up for like that little tiny bit. And if you can, don't chase the tails, folks. It's really dangerous, because if you miss the top before you can get your sell order in, unless you put like limit orders or whatever, stop, or what do you call them? Limit, the ones that are like they follow the price on the way up. I haven't made one so long, I can't remember what it's called. Stop, limit, loss. No, that's not it. I know it. Anyway, I'm just so used to making market orders these days. It's dangerous to chase the tail, because if you miss the tail, it hits the top and starts dropping down. The price will drop faster than you can keep correcting your sell orders. So it's better to don't chase that last 5%. Just cut it off, get your profit, and get out, and wait and see what kind of support testing you get after that. So maybe after 576, MicroStrategy could come back to 1618. Let me just get rid of this. You're just in the way. Yeah, maybe 576, then maybe 423, and then the two. Oh my gosh, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. I don't know if that would top out 5 waves, because it really does look like a 5. What I would normally consider, that's like a 5-wave melt up, and somehow I've been adjusting my path here so many times on MicroStrategy, I've lost track of what might really be going on here. But that could be a 3rd wave, 3rd, 4th, like the 5th wave should be like up here somewhere. 800. Anyway, I've wasted enough of your time. Yeah, I'm going to sell half my MicroStrategy, and then maybe I'll chase a little bit of that tail tomorrow. And thank you guys so much for the comments. You guys are so sweet and cheery in the morning. All the good mornings. And let's see, Dark Knight. He couldn't sleep last night. He was so excited, waiting for the show. Let's see. Oh, Thomas Boyd says this is his new favorite show. So DK asks, when do I exit MSTX? I've thought about selling for 3 days straight now. I know, right? And you've seen me. I've been selling for 3 days straight. I keep selling it, and then I buy back in. It's been terrible chasing the top. I don't know. Do you want to move on? We could do DXYZ.
Yeah, go ahead. People are okay. On that.
Here's my DXYZ, and you guys know this is exposure to SpaceX. They have an ever-growing stake in SpaceX, right? The more their stock price goes up, the more valuable SpaceX probably is, and it makes sense too, because they're literally going to be taking business to the moon and Mars and beyond. It's the expansion of human civilization. So, with that new frontier in mind, I have ever higher and higher price targets for DXYZ. Before I had a top somewhere near, like, I can't remember, like 75 or something like that. But then after price did this move and then fell over from here, I decided to make a larger degree 1, 2 here somewhere. Anyway, all I see, right, we had the rocket launch, and then like the and then they didn't want to catch the heavy booster. Something, they've been testing all these different systems. They're trying to break the rocket and see what could go wrong, and so they did call off the the Mecha Godzilla catch for the super heavy booster, and then immediately after they announced that, DXYZ like fell like I can't remember how many percent. It was a bunch. Let's see. It fell like immediately 25%. But don't worry, all it was an extended wire flat of this minor wave 2 of the large degree wave 3. In other words, we didn't quite get my wave 3 finished, um, but and it didn't make a new lower low than the wave 2. So it's the wave 3 didn't it kind of aborted its own launch, fell back over, splashed down in the Indian Ocean here, but it still made it farther. It's still a higher low, right? So this wave 1, 2 is still this chart is still valid. These numbers are still valid even with all that. So, but I decided to make a larger degree 1, 2, and basically, I'm looking for 56.65 next as just the larger degree wave 1 of wave 3, and then wave 2 of wave 3 brings us back to 46, and then all of wave 3, 4, and 5 are somewhere like around here and here. All of wave 3 brings us to $81 almost, back to the 100% fib at 65.93, and then my wave 5 target, I'm going to give it the 2025 seal of approval for the 2618 at $129.57, which from where price is right now, or I'm sorry, where price, yeah, where it is right now, that's a 207% upside move that I see for DXYZ. And there you have it. You can take your screenshot right here if you want. All the prices, you just look to the right-hand side here, and here's all the fib extensions and the prices associated with them. DXYZ, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bullish, and I've got about $120,000 worth of it right now, and it's getting bigger every day.
All right. What else we got on the menu here? So coin sucks. I see. I guess since we're doing the theme of like MSTR and all that stuff, we can.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see. Have you done a DXYZ yet? I know I keep asking you. I keep putting you on the spot.
No, I haven't. I've been really busy with a lot of other things, so I haven't had time to chart that one. But I do have coin on my screen here.
Did you take a position in DXYZ yet?
No, I have not. No.
See, that's why you have to convince Matt to buy some, and then he'll chart it for us.
Yeah, I think I'll try. I'll try to chart it one day, but just I have so many requests all the time that people are looking at on Patreon. So sometimes it affects my own personal buying, but but here we go. Coin 327 pre-market, 326 pre-market. It's above the 886, so I think this is log scale too. This is what I'm really focused on for a weekly candle close. Maybe just above 318, but this chart does not suck. This is a higher high from here. It's just not breaking out yet, not like MicroStrategy, right? But maybe people will take profits in MicroStrategy, rotate it into coin. Who knows, right? MicroStrategy really just front ran everything all the time, right? It just keeps on going. And so we'll just see, but it's on top of the blue arc. It's on top of the 886. We go to linear scale. We can see that it's even above the 702, the 310.94, making its way to the 344.37. So it's kind of in between support and resistance here on linear scale. So I'm really going to be focusing on A, the 318 level, B, this 310 level, if it does want to break that 318, and C, just trying to get above 344, right? Get above 344, then I think it's kind of clear skies ahead for coin. So it's not like sucking per se. It's just lagging, right? It's lagging, and it's still not even all-time highs, guys. Like this is something that is not even close. Well, it's kind of
so funny. Really. Like it's just relatively lagging, right, compared to like MSTX and MSTR. But when you look at the chart itself, look at that green God candle it just had.
Yeah.
So it too may be suffering from a little bit of Bollinger Band fatigue.
Well, let's see this high right here. So April 2021, that's the fib, right? And if we did that for MSTR, we see it's the same time frame, 21, right? And it's at the 1.618 pre-market. So if coin got to the 1.618 on log scale, how high is that? that would be a $2,100 coin, guys. So
oh my God, Matt, I'm smiling so hard right now.
Does it suck? No. It's just lagging behind right now, and it's not even all-time highs yet. So I think I wouldn't mind a 2,100. I think 1,200 is fine with me, but if you wanted to go to 2,100, I think that's fine too. So I think Whoever's selling it in this zone, I think it's just missing out on an opportunity for the future, right? I love it here. I love it down at 316. I love it down at 290s. I love it all in this zone. I think I'll just keep buying more Con L the lower it goes, if it does want to go lower. I bought more yesterday, right, in the 58s, so for Con L. So I think Coinbase is just lagging a little bit. It has a lot of catch up to do, especially when the altcoins start to go. They will be making a lot more money.
Woo! Yeah, like I've been racing TSLL and ConL and Destiny, DXYZ, and MSTX against each other. And yeah, MSTX, it's definitely time for me to pull some MSTX, and then the laggard is ConL. Well, actually, Destiny's kind of pulled back a bit too, but I've already bought more Destiny. I think I'm going to do exactly what you said. I'm going to take some MSTX off and throw it into ConL. That sounds like a great strategy.
Yeah, it's like a little rotation, really. I think
Yeah,
we could probably see an MSTR now that it's at that 1.618 fib. We could probably see a sell-off, right? We could probably see some kind of rotation into coin, right? We could probably see that. So I'll watch coin, I'll watch MSTR, and if MSTR keeps on getting rejected today at this 542, then I think it might be kind of clear that it doesn't want to go higher. But still, I got to wait for a weekly candle close just to see where it wants to go. But just letting you know, 1.618, that's a very important number, and don't be greedy. So there we go.
It's so weird. It's almost like I won't pontificate very long, but it's almost like nobody expected Bitcoin to be able to go to $100,000 like
Yeah,
this
but
fast.
I think, well,
And so
I think
everyone got caught flat-footed. So all the stock prices are trying to rush up there to catch up, and then so they're overshooting a bit.
yeah, I think Bitcoin should have got to 100,000 last cycle, though. Really,
Yeah, no, same
because
here.
I don't think this should have been an all-time high here. I think that should have been a fib retrace. And if you did do that, maybe like let's just see here. I want to get off that channel. So if we did like maybe 105 down to here, that's the 786 fib retrace, right? So let me just. I think last cycle it should have got there 105. So it's like a truncated high. It should have got here because that would have been a perfect 786.
It's an extended wider flat.
Yeah. So it didn't happen because it didn't happen because of like global. What's that?
I blame Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX.
Yeah, that, and also they started like raising rates and everything, so it never got there. But I really think that 105 should have been the high. So this would have been the 786, and that would have been perfect right there. Then $70,000 zone. So now it's just going back to where it should have been back in October of November of 2021. Just my thoughts. Yeah.
All right, it's I know it's our show, but it's you're the one who's got the time limitation. What do you want to do next?
It doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you want. People are talking about miners. They're talking about BTBT or PP. They want to look at PP.
I want to look at your PP, Matt. Here, I'll show my BTBT real quick.
Okay.
Let's see on the weekly chart. I've got it also a consolidation pattern, and it is broken out very much so. And I posted that really interesting video by Rex. What is his handle? Excuse me. But he was talking about how with this new contract that MicroStrategy's put out, and now, did you know that the CEOs of MicroStrategy and Mara are friends in real life, like regular, like actual friends? I did not know this. Anyway, it was reported in the comments section, so I don't know if it's absolutely true. But so literally, Mara is taking the same page out of MicroStrategy's book and offering up these new long-dated bonds. And this idea is that because they're not going to get any interest on it, but everyone who all the big institutions that are buying these bonds have a vested interest in seeing the strike price hit by the 2029 expiration date or whatever. And so, but to make up for all the money that's sitting, not getting interest over that time, they'll probably short all of the other miners. So everyone that isn't MicroStrategy or Mara will probably get shorted by the big boys just so they can make an arbitrage to pay for the contracts that they just bought with Mara and MicroStrategy. Anyway, and then Red Fox said this morning in our little chat That works until it does. Or no, Cat said this. That works until it doesn't, and at some point, um, Bitcoin price will just go so high. They won't be able to keep the other miners down, but they can slow them down, and that's what I'm thinking here with miners like BTBT here. So anyway, you were here. You're down here at $4.05 for BTBT. A simple retrace back towards the all-time high takes us to $20.63, which is a perfect 61.8% retrace. Takes us perfectly to this little candlestick right there. And then if it can build that into a 1-2, then overall, I think where is I'm sorry, I can't remember which time frame I've got my fib extensions here. If I did a fib extension, that's what takes us up this way. Once it can get past this retrace hump, if it can get a little consolidation and then a higher high that beats the previous all-time high, then this thing goes to 86.22 eventually. But man, it could take a while to get there. In fact, let's just see. Now this is not going to be very accurate, but I've been using this tool a lot. So if the outside of this curve describes this to get there, that's 3,457 days to get there. It'll probably bisect most of the price action, and hopefully we'll get something closer to 2,387 days. But time is money, money is time, money times 1/time is the way I compare my stock positions against each other. That's how I like to race them. I want to maximize profit and minimize time. So BTBT may not be as cool as, say, a Mara, which looks like in 1,593 days, I'm projecting it could reach $94.27. Which wait for it. From where prices rate, or no, I'm sorry, from where price closed yesterday, that is a 308% move higher versus. Oh well, yeah. I mean, I guess if you gave it that much time, that is 1,800% higher for BTBT. But just to get to, let's say, from here to the wave one top, well, 673%. Man, BTBT really is behind the game. All right, buy some. Just buy some and hold it, I suppose. All right, that's it. That's my BTBT chart.
I think we should do Nvidia since they just had earnings too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
My Nvidia chart's terrible. I defer to your Nvidia chart. I can tell you where I think price is going next. I can't tell you how long it's going to take to get there. But my target is still 182.63 for Nvidia next. It's been that target for some time now. It could extend to 195.27, the next fib up, but based on how it's behaved up to now, well, I think it's the 76. Oh, because of the 236 down here, because it went down to 236 instead of 382. I tempered my expectations to the 1236 up here for 182.63. But if it can turn the things around, maybe we'll get to the 1382 at 195.27. Then that just becomes wave 3, wave 4 pullback, and then wave 5 tops out for me between 270 and 280 before we get a larger consolidation. That is my Nvidia chart.
All right, yeah, I'll just show mine real quick. There's no change. I was saying it's probably going to break that 2.272 all the time, and it's still probably going to do that, the 152. So I'm going to be looking at a weekly candle close above it. If it can close above that, then yeah, it can go higher. But here's an example of something that never got stopped by the 1.618 on log scale. So MSTR could do the same thing, guys, right? So it's not a guarantee. Here's the 1.618. It just broke out and never even successfully backtested it. It just kept going. So MSTR could do the same thing. I'm just saying a lot of times the 1.618 could be a good target to take profits from that 2021 high. But I think it still has a lot of gas in the tank, right? Sometimes they don't retrace, sometimes they do. So here we go with the 2.272. So will this break or will this be a resistance? And we'll find out. So 152.38, if it closes above it, then builds a base on top, then it's going to the 200s.
Yeah, going after that next fib arc, or the next Gann arc. I love it.
Yeah.
And the 2618, I love all those 618s. 1618, 2618. They're just my favorites.
And 3618 730.
Let's see. I've got a request for Luna from my Spaces chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. What have I done here? Luna dropped lower than this, so yeah, Luna is not doing as great as I would have hoped. It made a new lower low since whenever I did this chart last. Come here, unlock. So it's going to want to. I'm just looking back to this. I'm not even going to look all the way up to the top here. I'm just looking. Oh, see, on the weekly chart, once it lost this moving average 75, it just like had a hard time. Looking at the whole chart, wow, just got bombed right back to the 2012 through 2016 doldrums, practically. But like I said, just looking back, retracing to this candlestick alone should give us something like 382. Oh yeah, that's perfect. 382, 236, and then 618. Maybe the 764 actually, because of this candlestick right there. But yeah, look for the 382, 236. Then 618 typically, but maybe this one wants to, if it can get above the 50% level and the 61% level, it'll shoot for that 36.4. So look for, I'm sorry here. Oh my gosh, it's $1.63 is where it closed yesterday. So look for $2.37 back to $2, and then either 295, but maybe 331. Then that's going to consolidate a little bit, and then that'll build a wave one, wave two, and then I can chart you a move higher. I mean, I suppose I could just do a quick, and what if it eventually, if it can do that, then we start considering the next retrace, and that takes us to 391, back to 296, and then up to 544. But just be careful with this one, guys. Hopefully you didn't get trapped under it. But if you are, it's either a long hold. I mean, you're down so much now. You might as well just leave it alone and just give it some time. There might be room for a lot of players in the space race. Yeah, you're down like 80% from where this peak was. So that's my Luna. What else we got?
I think that's all the time I got for today. Unless you wanted to just pick one more real quick, then we can do that.
We should do one of these that we haven't done. Let's see. Oh, Kim Kitty wants IONQ again. Do you have an IONQ, John? I can't remember.
I did. Yeah.
Kim Kitty, longtime subscriber, longtime supporter. I think I did talk about IONQ yesterday though. But here's IONQ again. Basically, it had a really lovely wave one, wave two, three, four. The wave two was very short, so I expect this wave four will be longer. I can see it already did. Oh no, it's done. It already did the 100%. Well, so it could spend more time stuck under the previous high. So don't be surprised if it stays down here for a little bit. But once it gets a new higher high over 3050, it might already be on its way. That's so fast. I don't know. It could be on its way, but it's 4772 is my next target above for the 123.6% fib extension, based on it reaching a 61.8. Then I got a 382 instead of a 236, which is nice. But then I only did 1236. So yeah, a 2236 is makes total sense here. 4772 is my next price target above for IONQ. If it drops down again, but doesn't make a lower low than 2246, buy some more of it. Otherwise, just keep holding, because I think you're going to enjoy a nice ride of, from where price closed yesterday, another 64.5%. Actually, I think I missed it a little bit. It's like 65% higher to my wave 5 target. And there you go, IONQ.
All right, very good. Yeah, I think that's it for today. So we'll see you guys on X and tomorrow morning for another edition of the Mattsby and Tracker Show.
Woohoo! And if you want to get, Matt's got a fantastic Patreon subscription you can subscribe to and see all of his charts, his lovely Gantt charts, and get he posts you all of his updates on when he buys and sells and that kind of thing. So I recommend his subscription, and my subscription is super super cheap. For $2, you get all my TA in one spreadsheet with hyperlinks to every chart that I've done. Also a system to rank all the stocks against each other. So I've got a top 20 list that moves up and down. All right. Nigel says IONQ fire. All right, thank you guys so much. We have to let Mattsby go, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great trading day. No live show for me again today, but I will be active on X. Thank you.